sing a song. You know, I mean, it took me a long time to get up to feeling comfortable really singing some of this stuff, learning. I would get hung up in like having, if it didn't, I would heard it so much that when I sang it, if it didn't sound exactly what I had heard, it seemed wrong, you know. So it took me a while to kind of figure out, well, just sing it some way and then you'll kind of figure it out. And Lazarus was that kind of really crystallized that whole thing because I was on tour with Amy and we were playing in St. Louis. And my parents had lived in St. Louis in '66 when my dad was doing graduate work, right, for anthropology at WashU. Anyway, this woman, Mary Jane, was there that they were friends with back in the day. And she wanted to hear me sing. And so Amy was always really gracious. She was like, play. I don't want to carry the whole set. You play a song, play as many as you want. So out of nowhere, I was like, look, this song Lazarus, it's easy. You know, we'll just work it up. And so I played it that night in St. Louis, and it went really well. And I felt this resonance when I was singing it. And it just seemed natural. And, and then we started playing it every night. And then when you tour something, it really comes into sharp focus. And then we recorded it. And, so my dad was really into it. One, because there's a line where the line is Lazarus gasped up to his sister, go and get my mama. But on his version, it sounded to me like he had said Lazarus gazed up to his mama. So I sang gazed. So for him, that was a total gasp because it was the folk tradition. I mean, you could call it mishearing lyrics, but still, it's the carrying on, like, this is my version with different, even one word, it's like, this is how I took it and, made it my own or did my own thing. And, just the instrumentation and everything else. So that was really kind of that unlocked a lot of stuff for me in terms of being able to approach this material. And then with having to memorialize him, that really, it was just kind of, everything came down at that point. Like, I was like, I'll try whatever, There's some stuff I won't get near, just like the really pretty high tenor crooning stuff. It's just like, I'll do a song, but I'm not going to do it that way. I just physically can't sing that way. But there's some stuff that I can get near, and it feels good to me to get near it because it kind of puts me back with them. And it seems to work physiologically with me, like just, my diaphragm, my chest cavity, what the physical things that happen when you're singing. So that's kind of the journey I'm on right now. It's just sort of going from there and figuring out how to sing these songs and then take that into other songs and then writing songs and, because I've always been a guitar player and that was my voice. And I was never like, well, this is what I do in terms of a singer. I just sing whatever, But it's gotten me closer to I guess finding a voice, really. But prior to, again, when he was healthy and singing, there was just, I wasn't intimidated per se, but there was just no real need for it, and now I feel, I guess, like there is a need. So, and that's definitely, continuing it on. Because I think there'll be, here and there's going to be somebody who, had a rad night at the North End and, in '86 or whatever, or multiple rad nights and just wants to, to hear that stuff. And if I can kind of, give it to them, a different version, but maybe some similarities, then if that makes them happy, then I'm glad to do that. And it makes me happy. So we'll see where it goes. And then that's kind of like with Sons of Mudboy now, our plan now is to record a record. We've been doing these weeklies, like, again, like I said, it was sort of, Sons of Mudboy was this nebulous thing that like really coalesced on these Wednesday night shows at Minglewood that started right before my dad died, and then carried through after he died. So there was, there's some nights that were like literally like, I was playing a Sons of Mudboy show at Minglewood the day I found out that it was, about to be over. And then I played a show the week after he died, And I thought, man, how am I going to be able to get through these? But it was like, it was just all right there. It clicked, and it got me through all that. So, and we didn't really realize it, but the shows were all kind of leading up to the memorial concert that happened at the Shell. Like we played one more after that, and I think everybody was pretty exhausted. The crowd and because nobody really showed up, and it really seemed like kind of calm after the storm. It just was sort of so we decided like, okay, let's just stop doing those and let's think about recording. So that's where we're at now. And for me, a lot of that is going to be singing, figuring out what songs to do and singing these songs, and how we're going to deliver, how we're going to approach the record. Because, there's talk about, like, let's just go in and bang it out, like super live. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think we want to really look at it as a produced piece of something.